Hello 6'4 Nation, this is just a garage hack here, back with my second video for YouTube. Today we're going to be installing the ball joint on a track bar to a 2009 Ford Super Duty. So some of you have probably tried to do this job. There are other videos out on YouTube showing how hard it is to get this particular ball joint out of the frame bracket hole down here. So that ball joint fits in there like that on the track bar. The bushing side goes over to the driver's side, and then this has a ball joint that goes down into it. And when you take this thing off, you get off and it's hard to get that ball joint out. The reason being is because most of your ball joint removal tools have a very long 6-inch rod about that high, and you run into hitting the frame. That jack screw is 1 1/8, and it's a number 7 thread. So the problem is that most times when you have to get it off, you're going to have to cut it and then use your jack screw and your press to push it up after you get it cut off. Okay, now getting it back on is the trick, because when you drop the new ball joint into the hole, there's no way you're going to get that 6-inch jack screw in there because of the frame. Some guys on the on YouTube kind of showed me a trick in one of their videos, and they had a 4-inch lift on it, and they were able to jack up the truck on the frame and get some more room in there to get the jack screw. But I don't have a lift on my truck, so this is just a standard Ford F-250 suspension height. And so I got to thinking what I needed to do in order to do that. So I went to Fastenal and I ordered a 3.5-inch bolt with the same threads and diameter as the jack screw. Then I used the trick that I learned on YouTube, and I put a jack underneath my frame down here, and I lifted it up. That allowed the body to lift up on the suspension, and that created room for me to get in there. Now, over here on my adapters, on the bottom, you can see I've got a receiving tube down here, which is on the which allows the ball joint to receive into it as you're pressing it into the joint. Okay. Now on top, I have a installation adapter to fit around here in order to drive that in there. And because I was able to jack this up and get that smaller bolt in there, I'm able to fit the press in there now. So if everything goes right, I should be able to get that ball joint into the frame hole that it goes into. And so I don't have a wrench that big, so I've got a plumber's wrench. I'm going to use a plumber's wrench, and I'm going to use my fancy dancy homemade breaker bar right here in order to tighten this thing down and press it in. So I'm not going to bore you with showing you how to turn a bolt, so we'll go on pause real quick and we'll see if we can't get this pressed in. Hey guys, so I've been tightening this down. It's getting tighter. As you can see, initially that ball joint was still at the beginning stages. I've been cranking this down. It's working well for me. I still got plenty of clearance here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it on pause again, and I'm gonna get her seated all the way down into the bottom, and we'll call it good. All right guys, I've been working on this, cranking this down. It's not taking too long. I've only got about 5 minutes in it, but I've got about 1/8 of an inch, if not less, to go. I've had to break out the breaker bar in order to get it all put together. So I just wanted to show you that the closer you get down, the harder it gets to crank. But that's pretty elementary. You probably know that. But have your breaker bar handy. You're not going to be able to do that with just a wrench about that long. All right, well, welcome back. We got it all out. Chewed up a little bit of the end threads on that bolt, but that's okay. We got her all pressed down in there, we'll be ready to put that track bar in after I get everything else completed. Thank you for listening and watching. If you like the video, go ahead and press like down there and subscribe. Like I say, it's my second video, a lot shorter than the first one, but I hope this helps somebody out in wrenching on one of these big trucks.
Please like, subscribe, and comment, and see you in the next one.